The Destiny of Swords. Episode 5, The Flower That Awakened. The morning sun illuminated the entire courtyard of the temple. The dew still covered the grass, and a few cherry petals floated slowly through the air. A few days had passed since Hina began training with Master Katie. He woke up every morning before dawn, run through the woods, he lifted heavy stones, he hit a wooden pole 1,000 times. Learned the positions of the sword. He was practicing his breathing. He was falling. He's getting up. He fell again, and he stood up again. His body was full of bruises. His palms were covered with calluses. Her muscles hurt almost all the time. But her eyes began to take on a new light, a light of confidence. Kaede looked quietly from the porch of the house. Hina finished another series of shots. 997, 998, 999, 1,000. He was breathing hard. The wooden sword trembled in his hands. Kaede is slowly approaching. It's not bad. Hina looked up. Kaede continues. But you have to get better. Hina agreed. Yes, master. Kaede smiled. I have a feeling. He stopped for a few moments. Something great will happen in your future. Hina was surprised. Do you think? He looks down. I don't think there's anything special about me. Kaede remained silent for a few seconds. He smiled so broadly that all his teeth could be seen. I'm sure none of my students learned to wield the sword so quickly. Nobody. A little red clothes. You say that just to make me happy and to have more confidence in myself. Kaede stopped suddenly. Her eyes widened. It is only a few inches from Hina. Hina. His voice became serious. Maybe you don't believe me now, but I'm telling you the truth. You're the most talented student I've ever had. Hina was speechless. Kaede continues. The only person who approaches your level. It's Vylora, for the first time. He smiled sincerely. Thank you. Kaede put his hand on his shoulder. Now, let's see how far you've come. In the middle of the courtyard were several bamboo pillars. Others were made of solid wood. There were boulders, ropes, suspended targets. The whole field became a real training ground. Kaede drew a wooden sword. I will not abstain today. Hina swallows in sec. I understand. It starts. The next moment, Kaede disappeared. What? Hina turned her head. The blow came from the left. CLNG. He barely managed to block it. The second shot, the third, the fourth. The blows came from all directions. Hina began to sweat. Faster! CLNG! Faster! CLNG! Focus! CLNG! Hina was pushed back step by step. Suddenly, Kaede appeared in front of her. Attack! Hina raised her sword. He's screaming and hit. Kaede blocks effortlessly. Again, Hina attacks. Once again and again. Faster and faster, increasingly strong. Until her breathing began to change. Without noticing, inspirations became regular. Deep, calm down. The air around began to move. Kaede took a step back, his eyes widened. No. The leaves in the trees began to dance. Cherry petals rose into the air. A gentle wind envelops the entire courtyard. There were green lights around China, like blades of grass, like vines, like flowers that bloomed. But Hina, he doesn't notice anything. All he saw was the sword. Lift the blade and instinctively executes an elegant movement. Hundreds of green petals explode around the sword. Bright vines draw circles in the air. The earth is vibrating. The bamboo in front of her was cut instantly. The wooden pillars split perfectly. The boulder behind them, he was cut in two. A complete silence encompassed the courtyard. Kaede remained motionless. His eyes were shaking. You can't. Whisper slowly. The breath of the plant. The first form. He used it without me teaching her. Hina is breathing harder and harder. The green light disappeared. The sword fell from his hand. What? It happens. His legs fail. Hina! Kaede immediately ran towards her. He caught her before she fell to the ground. Hina! He didn't get any answers. Hina, he's checking his breathing. She was very weak. He completely consumed his energy. Kaede held her in his arms. For the first time in years, on her face was fear. He looks up at the sky. Just as I thought. You really are different. He held his student to his chest. Hina, please, be well. The camera slowly moves away from the two. The petals continue to fall over the temple courtyard. A flower doesn't know how beautiful it is until spring comes. Likewise, a warrior does not know his true power until destiny forces him to flourish. End of episode 5.